So we're looking at living the good life in the workplace, optimizing our time in the workplace, not being a slave to work, but being a champion in a place of work, using our work in our workplace in a way that profits us, in a way that shows forth who we are, in a way that extends the scene, the movie of our life, even in the workplace. We don't pause our life because we're at work, but we have a continuity in the workplace, in the workplace of our life, of our existence, of our purpose, of our vision, of our calling, of our evolution. Right? Our evolution is not just at home, it's not just in the church, it's not just on the street, but even in our workplace also, because it is a part of our life, right? We even spend most of our time, for those that work in the office, most of our time is found in, we spend in our workplace. Even for business people, right? Most of our time is in the marketplace, in the place of our business. So it is important, therefore, that we utilize well even this time being a big portion of our life. If we're going to live a fulfilling life, if we're going to live a worth living life, if we're going to live a life that is well seasoned, if we're going to live a life that has width to it, then we need to know how to live right, how to optimize, utilize our time in the workplace also. Again, we've looked at the quote we used to run talking about chapter 9 here is the importance of that. The value of each day, whether we succeed each day of our life, is determined by the seeds we sow, not necessarily harvest that we're reaping in that day. Is what are we sowing? What are we sowing? What are we sowing? What are we intentional about? What are we proactive about? Because what we invest in each day will determine the harvest that we're going to have in the days that will come. It will determine the harvest we're going to have in the days that will come. If all we do is harvest, then we don't have anything for tomorrow. Right? That means our tomorrow will be difficult. Our tomorrow will not be exciting. Our tomorrow will not be profitable. Our tomorrow will not be rewarding. Our tomorrow will not be fulfilling. But life is such that you determine what you get out of life. There's nothing that is ordained for anybody. Whatever it is that you get out of life is because you made a decision to work it out. Your work, you determine the phone you're going to have out of life. You determine how your life is going to be. You are the captain of your soul. You are the master of your destiny, of your fate. So like me, I'm going to retire here in about 3.5 years to come. From about 2 years ago, I've already began to ring that out to everybody. Retirement is not going to come to me suddenly. Retirement is going to come to me by choice, by choice, right? By design. I'm already designing my retirement. I'm already designing how my last day at work is going to be. I'm already designing what will be at the first day after retirement. I'm already doing it now. Right. So you see, I'm not going to be one of those that will miss my way to work the day after retirement, because I am planning it. I am ordaining it. I'm already doing the groundwork. I'm already sowing the seeds. Right. I'm not going to miss anybody per se, because I will have optimally utilized our time together. I will have optimally utilized our time together. Right. Every day at work, I engage with people. Right. I'm saying this in public. So anyone that, and in public, I have a lot of my work people that get to see me. Right. I optimally utilize every day at work. I engage with people. I optimize our relationship. I don't leave anything for the tomorrow. I optimize our relationship and leave whatever is for tomorrow, but I enjoy the today of my life. Right? That's the way I build my life, and that's the way life is supposed to be built. Is the seed you sow. Is the seed you sow. Is the seed you sow. That is what will answer for you tomorrow. Right? So we talked about that. We talked about the need to make work for you. Irrespective, in life, it's not what happens to you that's important. What happens to you is not within your control. Life happens to us all. That is not within your control. That's what life is. Life happens to us. Things happen. But what is within our control is the way we respond to what happens to us. Life happens. That is not within our control, right? That is outside the realm of our control as humans. But the way we respond to what life happens to us is 100% fully in our control. And the Creator holds us responsible for the way we respond to the things that happen to us in life, right? You come to a workplace that is harsh, that is toxic. That is not within your control. But what you do with that workplace, that environment that is toxic, that is harsh, that has devils and demons, that is devil and demon infested, is within your control. You can make it work for you. You can make it work for you. You can make it work for you. You can make it work for you, right? And that's what we've been sharing here in the 3 times we've met, looking at the good life at work. And hopefully today we'll share a bit more of that, but that's not just at work. It's life as a whole, right? You don't determine the cards life plays you, but you determine how you play the card. The cards life gives to you, you don't determine, but you determine how you play the card. You don't determine where you get born. You're born in one country or the other, Burkina Faso, Saudi Arabia, Nigeria, America, UK, wherever. You don't determine that, but you determine what you do with where you are born. That is within your control. That is what life will hold you responsible for. Not where you were born, but what you did with where you were born, right? That's the whole of life, right? And we've looked at we looked at 3 pillars, for a positive work environment, and we said it's respectful communication. That's important, right? That's you want to push towards, for our positive workplace, you need a respectful communication. Respect is important, right? And communication, not holding back of things, right? And respect for individuals and respect for the team. Those 3 are important. And that was shared with us by Shola Richards. It says, so the 3 pillars of a positive work environment, right? Which you need to drive at, right? If you want to have a positive work environment, as much as it's within your control, there are things that are outside your control. But as far as it's within your control, you want to respectfully communicate with other people. You want to respect individuals, right? And you want to respect the team also, right? It's not a one-man game. It's a team game. It's your department's game. It's a company's game. You're not in your company because of yourself. You're in your company to elevate your company. You are paid to elevate, to meet the target of the company. It's up to you to find how you meet your own target while meeting the target of the company. But you are employed, you are paid to help meet the target of the company, right? You need to respect the company. Know that you bear the name of that company. Whatever you do, you are doing in the name of that company. You need to do it, with the utmost respect and good, of the company in mind, right? If you want to have a positive work environment, so we did share that. And we talked about achievement is most meaningful when you do it in a relational environment, when it's not just a one-man game. When you win as a team, you respect, your customers, you respect your suppliers. In my workplace, we call it a business partnership. We say that we're partners together, to achieve a common goal. We call it one team, one goal, right? And we do it as partners. We see ourselves, not one person is higher, the other one is lower. We see every single person being important towards meeting the goal, the objective, the vision of the company, of the group, of the department, and we want it to be a win-win. As a team wins, we want happy individual to win. That is our drive, right? And that's important. That's important. That helps everyone to feel it, a sense of belonging. That helps everyone to be able to pull in, their own resource. That helps everyone to be able to lift, their own side of the stick, they pull their own side of the weight, and it's not just one person overburdened, but the burden is equally shared, and together we're able to not just work for today, but we have a sustainable working environment, sustainable working persons, individuals, and that's important, right? And that's where we also carry that relationship beyond the workplace. When we have respect for one another, when we're able to not use people, but work with people. Not use people, or work with people. That's important. There are a lot of people, maybe with good and a bad heart, that don't understand the fact that you don't use people. You use things, but you work with people. You love people, you use things. You love people, you use things. Some people have that mixed up, and they love things, but use people. And this is bad, as that some people on people do that. I've had someone say, "Oh, what can we do with you?" That's stupid. That's degrading, right? It's not you. I'm not a tool to be used, right? I'm someone to be loved. I'm someone to be embraced, and someone to that can contribute to you, right? Contribute to you as a human being, not as a thing. And I don't care your anointing, I don't care your calling, but that mindset of using people is wrong. It's of the devil. It's not of God, right? And it doesn't work anywhere. It's not progressive. It's retrogressive, right? You don't use people. You love people. You work with people, right? You partner with people, right? You use things. You don't use people. When you start thinking of using people, you are beginning to have a non-progressive mindset. You are beginning to have a loser's mindset. You are beginning to have a devilish, demonic mindset. You are beginning to have a mindset that will not win in the workplace. At least will not have a sustainable success in the workplace. That fundamental place can never be exchanged for, can never be done away with. It's something that is entrenched in God's universe, God's creation. You don't use people, right? You use things, but you love people, you work with people, you partner with people. That's important. And if you're going to invest in connections in the workplace, that's important, because you can use people today because they need something from you, but they're not going to stay in that position forever. They're going to grow. One day they will not need anything from you. They'll be independent of themselves. The respect they're going to give to you is going to be a function of what you did with them when they did not have, when they were helpless, right? What you do with people when they have no ground to stand on their own is the respect they will give to you when they have full right, when they're able to stand their full ground, right? You invest in connections. The investment you make in connections today is what you're going to reap tomorrow. Another word we call it emotional bank account. Right, when you invest in relationship, when you invest in connection, you are making deposits into the emotional bank account you have with people. Someday, sometime, somewhere, you're gonna need it, and it's only what you have stored up you're gonna get back. If you don't have any, you won't. I mean, some people have left work, and people would say if they meet them on the road, they'll look the other way. Why? Because they had nothing in their emotional bank account. They usurped their position. They usurped their position. And they thought that their position will be there forever. No, it's a relationship, it's a connection, the investment you have in people's life that will stay forever, right?